All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, to the hopeful elect in 1/3, and Adawan Ratazah. This lesson will be edifying as well as exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakodash. And the Wadiyah Bashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakodash for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And, pretty much what I want to go into is a prophetic exhortation as well as a prophetic judgment that's getting ready to befall 2/3 of our own people, all right, including the heathen, starting with the chief of the heathen being Esau, Edom. But this lesson in particular is going to be focused on the wicked portions of our people, all right, and how Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to bring a severe punishment to these people, man. Okay, starting with Jake, the Lord is going to bring a severe punishment, okay, severe mashapatiyam upon nigga man and nigga woman, all right? So for you brothers out there, be aware of the nigga man and be aware of the nigga woman, okay? Because Jake, if the Lord did not predestinate them, they were born in vain. If the Lord is not dealing with them, they're going to show you they're a demon nigga dog for Massa E, and they will die for this image, and ultimately they will be judged right along with Babylon. All right. So real quick, let's go to Ezekiel 9 to get it started. Okay, this is a prophetic lesson pertaining to judgment as well as an exhortation, all right, to the brothers that are fighting that good fight of faith. And one thing I will say, amongst these people, okay, even amongst our own people, we are truly not accepted. And since I said that, all right, let me get First John, the 3rd chapter. Just give me a second here. Let me go like this. First John. I got a lot to say, but I need to read a scripture before I say anything. This is First John 3:1. Behold, what manner of love the Father has bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of Yahweh. Therefore, the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. And what world? The world of Israel. Okay. And now between the curses, the demons, okay, the prophecies, you see, we are looking at the worst examples or portions of our people right now. And since I said that, Lamentations 2, okay, when you deal with a Jake that Esau has given a job to, okay, when you deal with Jake that is in a position of power because of Babylon, especially the nigga woman, and then the nigga man's right behind her. In certain cases, it's kind of neck and neck, Talk to a Jake woman on a child support customer service line, Talk to a Jake man who's been hired to be securitized, over this building that you didn't know you couldn't stand in front of, all right? You got to really realize that our own people are our fucking enemy, man. Excuse my language, okay? I apologize to the brothers and sisters, but I have to put it in that statement. In our walk, we have truly met some of the worst portions of our own people that we didn't even know existed. We didn't even know it existed. You want to know when you see a nigga? When you give his ass a badge, when you give him a job title, give a nigga woman an office, and you want to talk about seeing a demon? What you thought just 2/3 in the hood is bad? No, go to the working class America, where Jake is the minority amongst Esau, but they still got a position in there. Oh man, them niggas act like you don't exist, man. They gotta go. Okay? Be aware of the nigga man and the nigga woman. Real quick, Lamentations 2:15, it says, all that pass by clap their hands at thee, They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we look for. We have found and we have seen it. So Esau likes seeing nigga moments. Esau likes seeing the nigga woman barking on her own people. You know? Esau likes seeing the nigga cop beat up other niggas. Okay? And Jake is so through trimming his ways to seek love. Okay? Trimming his ways to seek love. Let me grab that. That now he's become an enemy to his own people. Let me see. What's this say? Jeremiah 2:14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? And Jake, the nigga man and the nigga woman are slaves, man. Okay? When it comes to their job or the culture of America, and you don't live up to that or can't keep up with it, they look at you like that's your fault. You got Jake right now that don't give a shit that other portions of their people can't keep up with the draconiousness that this place puts upon us on our day to day. And then they look down on you. They look down on you like it's your fault when we under curses collectively together. Here it is. We're collectively under curses together. But if you down, they look at you like that's your fault and the system ain't set up against us. Be aware of the nigga man and the nigga woman. Okay? They're like heathens now. They're like heathens now. They looking at Jake like tis. You got certain camps calling us bumalites, certain other type of things. But man, when you really just look at the whole of this movie that we're in, man, Jake ain't shit. And they ain't shit to their own people. That evil eye is real. Okay? That nigga man still got the evil eye towards his brother. And that nigga woman still got that evil eye towards her fellow man. Okay? Starting with her husband. All right? You do not be looking at Jake like you're going to be able to get something from them or they got your back. Do not be walking around in this image thinking because I'm so-called black, you're so-called black, that me and you can work together. That's quite the contrary, okay? You got nigga men and nigga women at waging a competition of war with you to show massa that I am the best to be in the big house. He call it the big house because he big. That's ridiculous, man. When you brothers know, some of you brothers may have different jobs and positions where you could be in more of a professional setting, and you'll still see Jake like that. Look, now I ain't expecting Jake to pull out the black fist afro and dap me up and do the whole spin around jive turkey talk. But you really will see that our people, they really are ready to die for this place. Okay, because they don't have a nationality, they don't have a culture. They have now taken on the spirit of a bodyguard or a pit bull, the nayer of Sayer for Esau. Back in the day, we all had to deal with Esau and his BS, but now it's like you don't even deal with Esau. You got to go through niggas, and niggas is not merciful. The nigga woman is one of the meanest creatures that I've dealt with in a professional field, according to the image. That bitch ain't cool, man. Well, my man Jules say, tell that bitch be cool. And I gotta say this, I'm gonna pray to refrain myself from stop calling the nigga woman a bitch, because a bitch is a female dog and a dog is loyal. So that's disrespectful to man's best friend, because they ain't that. This is why we have a small sanctuary, okay? This is why this is only for the elect. This is why the true family is the brotherhood, which is the government, man. Okay? And you believers, you beloved believers, appreciate what you're involved in, so because you're not out there with them. All right? This is Ezekiel 9:4. And the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. And Jerusalem is a people before a place. And I see why 2/3 are going to be judged here, because we deal with 2/3 activity and it don't feel good. It's not conducive to society. All right. Jake is extremely unmerciful to other Jakes that are trying to keep up with the image. Trust me, I know, and then you got to be more professional than the nigga man and the nigga woman, even though they're in a professional position. You're going to have Jake involved in the Jacob's trouble. You're going to have Jake involved in the third woe. You're going to have Jake involved in the MOTB, just like they were with the 1-9. Wasn't Jake involved in the 199 to the 2000? Roll up your sleeve, nigga. You see that? So Jake got to go, man. All right? Shalak Mashapayim on the nigga man and the nigga woman. And the Lord, he'll give us accounts on both sides of the coin, man. It ain't just the woman that's the problem. It's the nigga following behind her too. It says, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, Jerusalem being a people before a place, and set a mark. Mark meaning Thawa. Mark meaning Thawa. All right? Thawa. The last character in the alphabet of the Lashuan Kodash, meaning exempt from judgment. So judgment is coming for the nigga man and the nigga woman. And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry. So we're sighing and crying not only for what Esau's doing, but what even Jake is doing. They're not listening, Lord. The spirit that's on Jake, when it comes to you and using wisdom, maneuvering through the image, dealing with Babylon. Hey man, them niggas is unmerciful. They act like they ass ain't get here because of slavery too. I remember the brother told me one time, this nigga woman, and I'm going to just keep saying it because that's pressed on my spirit, okay? And he had told me one time that this N-dub he was having a conversation with, basically she said that slavery happened, but it didn't happen to her or her people. So you're dealing with a generation of Jakes that have disassociated their mind, their mental, their pride, their integrity, their culture. They have disassociated themselves with the ancestors. Don't Jake say that? Okay? So if you are amongst Jake in 2024 and you still are in House of Consciousness, it's ultimately the Queen of Heaven, but the black woman is God. Hey, y'all niggas gonna crash out on each other, man. And we gonna sit back like that Michael Jackson, not when he bleached himself, when he still had his that look to him, when he was sitting in that theater eating the popcorn. I think it was for Thriller. We gonna be sitting back like that, man, watching everybody crash out on each other. Cause right now everybody against us, everybody grouped up against us, And it says that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And then when you look at this in even context, Ezekiel was an exile. So what? Jeremiah then Ezekiel. So when you even think about it, you got certain scriptures that are condemning Jake that we use today that in context was condemning them for what they were doing back then. So you niggas are just too timely wicked, man. Okay? Even the scriptures that are used twofold, they're judging you back then and now. Back then and now, man. Man, I ain't got time for a 2/3, man. A 2/3 will kill you. A 2/3 will kill you for Egypt, for Babylon. Real quick, let me get a quick account, man. Let's go to Exodus 2. Here it is, Moses. He stood up and Jake looked at him like he was crazy, So that's why, man, that whole my people rise up, black, all that shit, man, that's just shit out the window, man. Now, real quick, this is Exodus 2. And let me see here. This Exodus 2, and let's just start at 11. And it reads, and it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown. Remember, it said He'd rather suffer affliction with his people than the pleasures of sin for a season. So just because you being afflicted and you catching hell, that don't mean that the Jake next to you has the same mindset that you have within catching hell. That nigga's looking for a way out. That nigga's looking to sacrifice your ass so he can be on one. Just like the nigga woman. The nigga woman's got a rat mentality. If the ship is sinking, the bitch is looking for the next board to hop on. Do not put no merit in Jake, man. Don't do it. It says, and it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown that he went out unto his brethren, Israelites, locked up in captivity like now. We all experience this, where you raise up, you feeling on one, my people, yeah. You get that self-pride, and then you get a rude awakening. You trying to help this nigga, and you on the ground tussling. All of a sudden you look around, and the nigga you helping, he's trying to reach in your back pocket while you fighting someone else for him. I'm just speaking hypothetically here. You get what I'm saying? That's who you dealing with. Stop thinking because they're an Israelite and you're an Israelite, you're bonded now. No, you're in bondage, but you ain't bonded or knit in the spirit, because we're seeing now in the last days that even though they may be an Israelite, to really be an Israelite, it's an Israelite in the spirit. That's why, and what I mean by that, I want to clarify, what I mean by that is ultimately as Israelites, we had to have been predestinated, programmed into this mindset when it comes to serving the Lord. Otherwise, if not, you were born in vain. So your brain is completely finished and your spirit ain't got nothing to boot to matter, So you got to understand, if they ain't predestinated, if they ain't being programmed like you are, do not think that you're going to baptize this one. It says, and it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown that he went out unto his brethren, my Israelites, my brews. Look at all these brews in here, these black, beautiful women. That bitch will smile in your face while she's dialing 911 to get your ass up out of here. Jake will, you want to be in reality? You want a reality? Go amongst Jake. Jake will show your ass the reality that we live in as a people. Be aware of the nigga man and the nigga woman. I don't care if they got a suit on. I don't care if they got a suburban home. Shit, at times those be the worst too. Because they're trying to preserve their peace that the image has given them for a moment. And it says that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens like us. We looking on Jake's burdens. And he spied an Egyptian smiting an Hebrew, one of his brothers. So that Moses caught a situation happening. You can put this on the stirrups, it's on my spirit too. And it says, and he looked this way and that way. So Moses was with it. He was like, there's a situation happening. I'm going to take care of it. And he looked this way and that way. And when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. So Moses, in layman's term with Jake, he caught a body for his fellow brethren. But did that knit them together? Did that make them, Jake, say, wow, man? No, look what he said. And when he went out the second day, behold, 2 men of the Hebrews strove together. So now they're fighting. So here it is. You got this Hamite whooping Jake's ass. So the spirit, the zeal, the zealousness of Moses, had him overtake that man, And then the next day, now he's seeing 2 Jakes fighting with one another. So that's like the curse. So since y'all want to fight, I'm gonna make you have an evil eye towards your brother. See, them curses are punishments, man. What we're talking about right now is the consequences. These curses are still seen on our people, man. And ultimately, when Babylon goes down, prophecy gets fulfilled, and Yahweh Shai returns, that's when we're gonna see the release of this terrible position that we have collectively as a nation finally vanquished from us. This is why it makes sense the Lord is starting over with the elect, where the Lord is starting over with 12,000 Israelite men from each tribe. It makes sense. And it says, verse 13, and when he went out the second day, behold, 2 men of the Hebrews strove together. And he said to him that did the wrong, wherefore smitest thy fellow? Why you gonna hit your brother? Come on, y'all supposed to be brothers. We supposed to be brothers. Oh, you trying to get smart? That's the reaction. And he said, who made thee a prince and a judge over us? Intendest thou to kill me as thou killedst the Egyptian? And Moses feared and said, surely this thing is known. So right there, as an example to show you, even when men of the Lord have the spirit to want to rise up or band together, then Jake will show you that they're not set up to be a part of this. This is why you got to be aware of the nigga man and the nigga woman. No N-dubs allowed. You know? We don't want you around us like you don't want us around you. Okay? When you see that, you'll see these Jakes, they don't want you around with them. You know? Don't get you a Jake that's smooth. Be around a smooth-faced Jake in a white setting with a couple thick white women. Oh, Tyrese. And then you come in there, that nigga will grill you like you killed his mother. Because he's over here like, this is my territory. Get your own house. Get your own white people. These ones is mines. Man, you a slave, bro. You a fucking slave, man. Let me see. What else I got? Let me get Isaiah 30 and 12 real quick. I got to wrap this up. Because I'm on a plantation too. But I ain't a fucking slave in my mind with it. You know? There's a difference between a slave and a servant. Jake is just slaves, man. Shit is ridiculous. Let's go to this. Niggas don't give a shit about nothing until Esau puts it on the TV. Now let's riot. I'm done with Jake, man. Isaiah 30 and 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and the men that are being used to give you the word, and trust in oppression. They trust in a job. They trust in Esau. They trust in an image. They trust in Babylon. They trust in Massa. They trust in that white woman. They trust the gun. They trust the block. But they don't trust the Lord. They don't trust the prophets. You know? And it's deeper than all of it. It's because they got demons on them. And then when you come around them, demons get stirred. You know? Shit is wicked, man. That's why it says a wicked man to a wicked woman. Because a wicked nigga, he will bow himself to a demon-ass B-word N-dub. Yeah, you right, shorty. My bad, shorty. Yeah. No, fuck that. You wrong. You wrong. We going to address it. We not going to alleviate it because your bodies, you know, because your beauty. And they don't like that. See, Jake don't like us the same way they don't like Moses. You know? Who said you a judge? The Lord did. Yahweh Shemel Shai raised us up. Okay? Let's keep going. It says, because ye have despised this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. This is all Jake does, man. He trusts in oppression and I'm going to stay here. He said, I'm going to be where I be and I'm at where I'm at. And where you at is in oppression, nigga. And you love it there. And that's a problem. And that's why 2/3 gotta go. Ezekiel 9 and 4, and the Lord said unto me, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. See? So we're sighing and crying. The Lord's got us in the right spirit. Okay? Yahweh Shemel Shai Bashima Kakwadash got us in the right spirit. All right? Upset, pissed off, looking at this as distasteful, disgusting. Wanting it to end, hating the so-called black culture, hating the drossness upon our people in so much that you got to refer to them as nigga man and nigga woman. Oh, look they just had a nigga baby. See? That's terrible, man. Jake has lived up to the proverbs and bywords, and he don't want to leave it either. It says, and to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity, like y'all do. They don't spare or have pity on us. Which one of your fathers ain't killed the prophets, you know? And then you got Jake that for the most part, man, this is why we have to pray for even 2/3 to be at peace with us. When a man's ways please the Lord, even maketh his enemies to be at peace with him. You can't just apply that to Esau. You got to apply that excuse me, man. You got to apply that to Jake. You know? I got to remind myself to pray to Yahweh Shemel Shai to make this nigga, woman, demon be at peace with me. Because if not, the bitch going to be completely demonized. She going to be on demon mode to ruin my life. And shit, I was just calling for my bank account balance. I'm just giving you an example, man. You know, but every time we be dealing with Jake, there's a problem or an issue from these niggas, man. I went to go get a little sub not too long ago, and this Jake was all in this Edomite's mouth. Yeah. I said, okay, cool. He in a good mood. I'm gonna get me a nice little sub. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm in and out. I get up there. The nigga don't even want to look me in my eyes. He talking low and shit. I'm like, damn, bruh. So I asked him, still trying to apply wisdom. I said, I hope you're having a good day, man. Hope they treating you all right. The nigga looked at me like he was going to jump over the table and kill me. You know? That's what you niggas are doing, man. And then the woman, oh my goodness. The woman is worse. Because she might not always be so physical. You know? But that rude shit, that nonchalant spirit, then the fucking nigga woman got the nerve to never pick her feet up when she walks. Oh my goodness. Shalak Mashapayim al Babal. Shalak Mashapayim on 2/3. Baba Kasha. They need that judgment. They need that pain. Jacob needs to be in trouble. And he needs to feel that trouble, man. It says, Go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare. No, not her. Neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young. Big mama, little mama, big Kim, slim. What do he say? Big mama, little mama, big Kim, slim Jim, cow. Everybody. They need to feel the pain. They shall know death by pain. Slay utterly old Jakes, young Jakes, both maids, little children Jake, and women Jake, but come not near any Israelite man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary than they began at the ancient men which were before that house. So then the Lord gonna make an example out of the Jakes that know that they're Jakes and that sold out through trusting in oppression, making a covenant with the heathen, you know? So yeah, I'm gonna end it there, okay? Not all Israel's Israel. And be aware, man. Be aware of the nigga man and the nigga woman because they're lurking. They're out here, all right? And at any minute, they will sacrifice your ass to get a treat from Massa. At any minute, Jake is ready to sacrifice one of his own just to get to another step next to Esau's table, man. Be aware. Shalom.